Now we will see class 12 macroeconomics chapter 5 money part 2. Money has overcome the drawbacks of barter system. Barter system make the exchange process very difficult and highly inefficient. Money has overcome the drawbacks of barter system in the following manner. 1. Medium of exchange. As a medium of exchange, money has removed the major difficulty of a lack of double coincidence of wants in barter system. It separates the acts of sale and purchase of goods and services and helps both the parties in obtaining maximum satisfaction. A buyer can buy goods through money and a seller can sell goods for money. 2. Measure of value. Under barter system, different goods were of different values and there was no common denomination to express their exchange ratios. But money is the measuring rod which expresses the value of other commodities. It becomes easier to compare the relative values of any two commodities. 3. Store of value. Under barter system, it is very difficult to store the goods for future use. Most of the goods are freezable and their storage requires huge space and the transportation cost. But money can be easily stored for future use. It is the most convenient and economical means of storing earnings and wealth. It has the merit of general accessibility and its value remains stable as compared to other goods. Number 4. Standard of deferred payments. Barter system lacks suitable standard of deferred payments which creates a difficulty in credit transaction. Borrowers may not be able to arrange goods of exactly the same quality at the time of repayment. On the other hand, due to the general accessibility of money, future payments are expressed in terms of money. Money has simplified the borrowing and lending operations and encouraged capital formation. Money is demanded for 3 motives: A. Transaction motive, B. Precautionary motive, and C. Speculative motive. For detailed discussion, refer Power Booster. 5.4. Definition of money. After studying the primary and secondary functions of money, we can give a comprehensive definition of money. Money is anything which is generally accepted as a medium of exchange, measures of value, store of value, and means for standard of deferred payment. The term money is used to cover all such things like coins, currency notes, checks, etc., which are used to conduct business transaction and settlement of business claims. It must be noted that money can be any commodity chosen by common consent as an instrument of exchange of goods and services. Refer Power Booster for 1. Legal definition of money, 2. Functional definition of money, 3. Definition on the basis of liquidity, 4. Definition on the basis of scope. 5.5. Money supply. Money supply refers to the total volume of money held by public at a particular point of time in an economy. Features of money supply. 1. It includes money held by public only. The term public signifies the money using sector, that is, the individual and business firms. It does not include money creating sector, that is, government and banking system, as cash balances held by them do not come into actual circulation in the country. 2. It is a stock concept, that is, it is concerned with the particular point of time. Measures of money supply. Till 1967 to 68, Reserve Bank of India (RBI) used only the narrow measures of money supply. But since 1971, 4 alternative measures of money supply in bracket M1, M2, M3 and M4 have been evolved. 1. M1. It is the first and basic measures of money supply. It is also known as transaction money, as it can be directly used by making transaction. M1 equal to currency and coins with the public plus demand deposit of commercial banks plus other deposit with RBI. M1 is the most liquid measures of money supply, as all its components are easily used as a medium of exchange. Currency and coins with the public. It consists of paper notes and coins held by the public. Remember, any currency held with the government and banks is not to be included. It includes coins of denominations of rupees 10, 5, 2, 1, etc. and paper notes of denomination like rupees 1000, 500, 100, etc. Currency money is also termed as fiat money. Fiat money is defined as the money which is under the fiat or the order from the government to act as money. That is, under law, it must be accepted for all debits. It also termed as legal tender money, as it can be legally used to make the payment of debits or other obligations. The demand deposits of commercial banks. It refers to demand deposits of the public with the commercial banks. Demand deposits or the deposits which can be enhanced cashed by issuing checks at any time by the account holders. A demand deposit is treated as equal to currency held as it is ready accepted as the means of payment. Only net demand deposits are included. It must be noted that demand deposits are taken on the net basis, that is, interbank deposits are excluded. Interbank deposits are the deposits held by banks on behalf of other banks. Such deposits do not form a part of the money supply, as they do not belong to the public. Other deposits with the Reserve Bank of India (RBI). It includes deposits held by the RBI on behalf of foreign banks and governments, public financial institutions, World Bank, IMF, etc. However, it does not include deposits of Indian government and commercial banks with RBI. It must be noted that the other deposits with the RBI constitute a very small proportion of M1. Therefore, they do not have any significant role to play in the monetary policy formulation. What is the high-powered money? H. High-powered money is the money produced by RBI and the government. It consists of two things: currency. 1. Currency held by the public. 2. Cash reserves with the banks. Money in bracket M versus high-powered money H. Money consists of currency and demand deposits, while high-powered money consists of currency and cash reserves with banks. It means currency held by the public is the common in both of them. The only difference is that money includes demand deposits of banks, while high-powered money includes cash reserves with the banks. H is the high-powered as compared to M because cash reserves part of H serves as the actual base for the generation of demand deposit. 2. M2. It is a broader concept of money supply as compared to M1. In addition to M1, it also includes savings deposits with the post office's saving bank. M2 is equal to M1 plus savings deposit with the post office saving bank. Savings deposit with the post office saving bank is not withdrawable by check, so they could not be placed under the demand deposits with the bank. As a result, the concept of M2 was evolved. 3. M3. This concept is broader as compared to M1. In addition to M1, it also includes a net time deposit. M3 is equal to M1 plus net time deposits with the banks. 4. M4. This measures includes total deposits with the post office saving bank in addition to M3. M4 is equal to M3 plus total deposits with the post office saving bank excluding NSC. NSC is the National Savings Certificate. Important facts about measures of money supply. The four measures of money supply represent different degrees of liquidity, with M1 being the most liquid and M4 being the least liquid. M3 is widely used as a measures of money supply and is also known as the aggregate monetary resources of the society. M1 and M2 are generally known as narrow money supply concept, whereas M3 and M4 are known as the broad money supply concept. Examples of money supply. Calculate M1, M2, M3 and M4. 1. Currency with the public 84,000. 2. Demand deposit with the banks 68,000. 3. Other deposit with RBI 3,612. 4. Total deposit with the post office 22,500. 5. Time deposit with the banks 2,555. 6. Post office saving bank deposit 5,528. Solution. M1 is equal to currency with the public plus demand deposit plus other deposit with RBI. M1 is equal to 84,000 plus 68,000 plus 3,612. Total rupees 1,55,612. M2 is equal to M1 plus savings deposit with the post office saving bank. 1,55,612 plus 5,528 is equal to rupees 1,61,140. M3 is equal to M1 plus net time deposit with the banks. M3 is equal to 1,55,612 plus 2,555 is equal to rupees 3,56,167 rupees. M4 is equal to M3 plus total deposits with the post office. M4 is equal to 3,56,167 plus 22,500 is equal to rupees 3,78,667. For monetary system in India, refer Power Booster. Thank you. Sharing is caring. Comment your thoughts. Subscribe for more knowledge.